Warning! Don't listen to the episode on an empty stomach or before you go to the grocery store. You'll overbuy. We're going snacking and geeking on Walt Disney World. Okay, welcome to episode 86 of the Geekin on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your co-host, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast that will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I don't know, guys, maybe I'm not on the top of my game. I'm feeling a little tired tonight. I was up all late last night watching the Walt Disney documentary on PBS, which I'm looking forward to watching a little more of that tonight. But tonight, I don't have the cutest, smartest daughter, Disney daughter. She's doing some college work tonight, but I do want to wish her a happy birthday, which she celebrated just yesterday. And she is 22 years old. So happy birthday to Lindsay. And filling in for her tonight, we are getting back to that Super Geek Roundtable that I love to do so much. And I'm so excited to have three Super Geekers with me here tonight, including Heather Brainerd is back. How you doing, Heather?
I'm good, Kurt. Thanks for having me back.
I'm so glad you could be here. And I'm so excited that you recently started your own podcast with your son, Kale, the Disney Duo podcast.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're the mother-son Disney podcast.
Yeah. What does that make us? You're like the direct opposite of us.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah,
but you somewhat related.
You've been a great inspiration to us. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you. You've been such a great guest and community member for so long. And I understand you recently went to Disney World.
We did. We were there from September 2nd through the 7th.
Excellent. I don't know. You're probably going to do a show, obviously. I don't think you've covered your recent trip yet, have you?
No, it releases tomorrow.
Uh-huh. I'm not privy to that. Yes, very good. Do you have a regular release date or day?
We try to do Wednesdays. That seems to work for our schedule.
Very good. Everyone have a good time?
Oh, it was fantastic. This was our first trip as DVC members. And we didn't actually stay on a DVC property this trip because we so recently became members that it was all booked up.
Okay.
So we just stayed at our normal All-Star Music, which was really fun too. But it was so cool because we got to use our DVC discount and we got to go to the Top of the World Lounge.
Right.
And and we just felt like there wasn't such a rush to our time at Walt Disney World and to our time in the parks because it's like, we got the next 45 years to vacation here.
Yeah, that is a great feeling. That's the great thing I like about DVC is you're always planning that next trip, which I've been talking about. We've started planning a March 2016 trip, and we'll keep talking about that. I think Lindsay and I will finally do just her and I show, and we'll do a little pre-trip report on that. Hey, I just got to ask you, though, too. You were on the first What Did You Eat kind of show, or what, we've been doing these shows where we were covering kind of trip planning, and we started off talking about when to go to Disney World, where to stay, and what to eat. And we did a big show on the restaurants last time. But any good restaurants you hit this time?
Yes, actually, we went to two restaurants that I had never been to before. We went to Ohana for breakfast, which was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we went to California Grill for my husband's birthday dinner.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
It was very special.
Had you never been to Ohana before, or that was the first time you did breakfast there?
Never been there before that I can remember. I may have been when I was a kid, and I just don't remember it. But this was the first time that I actually remember.
That's my favorite dinner place. I always put that number one on my list of dinner places. But I've never had breakfast there.
Oh, it was great. And we're going to have to go back for dinner because that looks amazing too.
Yeah, now you've got the vibe. So
Yeah.
you got to check out the dinner food. It's awesome. All right, we're going to talk more to you, Heather, but we also have, returning back to the Super Roundtable, Sarah Chapman from lbactravel.com. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Kurt. How are you?
I'm good. I think, were you on vacation last time we recorded for the food?
I was on vacation, but I was going to try to make it, and Skype would not cooperate with me, so there were technical difficulties.
And you had a lot of people. Were you at the beach, I think, too? And
I was,
you
yes.
probably had a lot of commotion going on in the background.
Yes.
That kind of thing. No problem. No worries. This is so cool. We can grab so many different people from the community and have so much fun talking Disney
Yes, I'm
World.
glad to be back this time around.
Yeah. When were you last at Disney World?
My husband and I snuck down there for a little getaway. Right after that last episode, we went in mid August for a few days.
Oh,
just
you
the two of
did?
us.
Where'd you stay?
We stayed at Beach Club.
All right. Just for
Yeah,
a couple
my favorite.
days.
Yeah, we were there for, I think we ended up 4 days in the parks.
Okay. And I was talking, I did all that live trip reporting, and we were down there for just a couple days, like Friday, Saturday or something like that. Boy, I really got a lot done in 2 days. I always thought I'd be disappointed to do a short trip like that because I always want to have that full week. But boy, I felt like I really did a lot in a couple days. How did it work out for you guys for just 4 days?
It was the same course. It was just the two of us, so we could kind of pick and choose what we did. Didn't have to worry about pleasing 3 other kids.
Yeah, isn't that a
just
cool
2 of us
experience?
kids.
Was that the first time you did just your husband and yourself?
No, we had our honeymoon at Disney.
Oh, okay.
But we also went back for one of our anniversaries a few years ago, just the two of us. But in the recent past, we hadn't been for a few years, just the two of us. So I think when you have a shorter trip, you kind of go in knowing that, and for some reason you're just able to kind of hit those highlights and you still feel like you got a lot done. So it was good. It was a good trip. We did some different things, ate at some different places that we wouldn't necessarily go to with the kids.
Yeah. Did you try anything new?
We went to the boathouse, which we both really enjoyed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was very good. And we went to Citrico's, which we had never been to before.
Oh, awesome. Good
Yeah.
for you. All right. I want to talk more about it. I'm going to bring another good friend of ours, and she's been on the Super Roundtable many times before. Erica Murphy. How you doing, Erica?
Hey, Kurt. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Erica Murphy, travel.com. I think you were just recently, did you recently tell us you went to the boathouse too?
Yes, in August.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's great. I was really impressed. I loved it.
I thought we talked about that in the last show, I believe, that
Yeah,
we got
we did.
together. Yeah. Yeah, that's one on my list. We're actually, I'll do a little Mama Says here because she said to me tonight that tomorrow we can do our first night ADR for our trip in March. She's asking me what she should book for that first night. I think we're going to be we usually fly down real early, but this trip we're not. I think she said we're going to be there about 5 o'clock, and we're staying Animal Kingdom Villas the first night. And right out of my mouth, I said Boma to do that first night, make it easy. But, I really want to try Geekin too. So I might change my mind before she makes that first ADR. All right. You know what I want to ask you guys before we get into our food questions? We're going to get into snacks heavy, and we've got a bunch of questions from our community that we're going to go over just to finish up this category of food, which is so important. I think I know for us, it's a big part of the vacation. What about you guys?
Oh, definitely.
It is the vacation.
It is.
Yeah, I thought I was listening to a podcast recently, and they kind of downplayed it, and I was like, I don't know. They don't want to take the time to eat or something like that. They said, and I was like, not me, man. That's
Those are not my people.
We're not in the same vibe there, man. And Mama's even worse. She wants to, I think the last time we were in that Mexican pavilion, if you listen to some of the live trip reporting, I recorded a lot of it. I think we were there for 2 hours. That last time we were there. But yeah, we like our food, and everyone was excited to get into the snacks. You guys are telling me that you guys could talk for hours about snacks, so I'm going to put you to the challenge tonight. But I was really excited about this Walt Disney biography that started last night on PBS. Did you guys happen to catch that or know even about it?
I have it on my DVR. It's part 2 tonight, right? I have it on my DVR to record.
Yeah, we're going to be recording this a little bit. It starts actually in about 10 minutes based on Eastern time right here. But I know they're going to live stream it, I think, this week too. I was looking for other places. I don't have a DVR. So, and I missed the first half hour, but I really was engrossed in it last night for the hour and a half I was watching it. I found it quite fascinating. So if you have not seen that or you get a chance, I highly recommend it. I'm a big fan of history, and Lou Mangel talked about this on a recent podcast that he did, and he had some of the creators of this series and of this particular biography. And it doesn't sugarcoat anything. It's a very honest and historical record of Walt and how he built the company and him and his brother and the struggles they went through. They were ending last night talking about the strike that the Disney studios went through and some real cool details about the studio. And of course, they'll get into the creation of the parks. So I don't know if you're a big fan of Walt, which I've got to believe most people are, that like
you're listening to this, you probably are.
I gotta believe. I mean, some of us are more crazy about history and biographies, but and just the man and how he overcame things and the way he operated. But really cool, really great footage that they got from the vaults, and they really got some exclusive access to the Disney company, which is really awesome. All right,
Kurt, I'm sorry. I DVR'd it as well, and I was watching it like right before I called into Skype for this, for this recording. So I had to actually put it on pause so that I could connect with you guys.
How far into it did you get?
I got about an hour into it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing up the first night of it.
Well, thank you for joining here. Yeah, I was I didn't know when I'd be able to get this in this week, so I had to sacrifice a little bit of watching that. Hopefully I'll catch up on it. But it's 4 hours. So
yes. Yeah.
There's a long sitting there to get in that whole thing, but it is fascinating.
It is. The 1 hour that I watched absolutely flew by.
Yeah, you were right. You're right into it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And yep, me too. I can't wait to watch that later on tonight.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You ready to talk some food? I'm going to go into some questions here that we got from some folks in our community. And let's see how you guys can do with these. Hey, the first one came from Bob Allen. He just said food and wine with question mark.
Yes.
Yeah, look, can you be a little more
yes.
specific, right? So some of these questions here are not in the snack realm. Some of them are, but we're going to want to cover a couple of these for the community. And maybe some people haven't been to the Food and Wine. I got to admit that I've been there a couple times. I couldn't tell you specifically any dishes that really excited me. And sometimes the lines were so long that I kind of avoided those food booths. Maybe just went to the beer line if it was short enough. But yeah, and I really, speaking of the festivals, I'm really excited that we're going in March and we'll be able to do the Flower and Garden, which has a tremendous, I think it's just as good with the food booths over there, especially because they have the smokehouse barbecue, which I really like.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, and actually, our good buddy Kevin Alan Curtis posted on our Facebook page. He was asking, what was his question? What food would you like to see offered in one of the countries in World Showcase? And that was my response. Keep that barbecue, the big old smoking station going all year long is one of the things.
Yes.
And one of the things they're doing, I think, in Food and Wine this year is, and I talked about this before, maybe they stole my idea, but to have a cheese, like a cracker and cheese or, specialty meat station in wine. I mean, why have Food and Wine and not have a cheese station? I don't know how that worked. But I don't know. What do you guys, I mean, obviously Food and Wine is extremely popular. Any comments on that?
I'm a huge fan of it. I've tried to go down every year. Obviously, it's not possible to hit it every year, but I've been probably about the last 5 or 6 years in a row. And it is kind of neat to develop your own sort of game plan. Everybody sort of has a different way of attacking Food and Wine. I don't really go in with with a real stringent schedule. I try to just sort of go with the flow and see, like you said, what the lines are. I've been pretty lucky the last couple of years. The lines haven't been unmanageable. I think it's because they keep adding so many more booths.
Yeah.
You know, five years ago, I feel like the lines were ridiculous, and now when you go, I feel like it's never more than maybe 4 or 5 people.
I think the weekends are worse than the weekdays too.
Yeah, and I think you got to be smart. You know, if you can go during the week or go at kind of odd hours or whatever. You know, late at night it does seem to get more crowded. But just off the top of my head, you know, I always love Mexico. They always have like a shrimp taco, steak taco station that's really good. And then I kind of like to work my way around. We go to China. The last couple of years, they've had some really good like pot stickers and like what are those, like steam bun things? See, I'm not prepared. Or I could have the official titles for these dishes. But in Germany, they have like a sausage on a pretzel roll thing that's really good. I mean, so I kind of know the ones that I love.
Yeah.
And I tend to go back for favorites and repeats. And I like the stuff in America too. They always have like a lobster claw or a lobster roll or some kind of lobster something that's always really good. So
yeah, I'm not that experimental. I think Mom and I are both the same way. If we find something we like, we do tend. I mean, we do try to do a lot of different restaurants down in Disney World when we go, but it's hard to get away from some of my favorites. It's like when we ordered Chinese food last night, and I always do that General Chow chicken. I finally, for the first time in forever, ordered pepper steak. I don't know. So I know what you mean.
Well, you know, Kurt, it's kind of fitting that you brought up Food and Wine, because that is my favorite way to use snack credits. If you're on the dining plan,
yeah,
I mean, you can really get your money's worth on a snack credit going around to the different booths. And Heather can even talk more about that with trading in the credits. But yeah, I think snacks and Food and Wine go hand in hand.
Well, yeah, it was a good lead in. Heather, you were saying, I think before we started recording, you were on the meal plan for your last trip.
We were, yeah. We happened to sort of luck into the free quick service dining plan.
Oh, yeah.
So we had 2 quick service meals plus 1 snack per night of our trip. We're not big eaters. I mean, we love food, but we don't eat huge portions. We do a lot of meal sharing, especially at Disney where the portions are so big.
Right.
So we ended up with like 20 extra quick service meals at the end of our trip.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It was crazy.
And did you have all the snacks gathered up too?
Well, the snacks we used as we went along. Because we would, if you wanted a snack, you would just use a snack credit. So we used those up pretty quick.
Okay.
But we did a couple sit-down meals here and there. So we weren't doing quick service meals exclusively every day. So we just didn't get through them all. But we did find that you can, in fact, trade in 1 quick service meal credit and get 3 snacks in its place, but you can't do it everywhere.
Oh, okay.
You can do it at certain quick service restaurants. You can do that. You can do it like at the confectionery, in a lot of the gift shops, even the gift shop in our resort. You could do that exchange. Which is what we did at the last minute right before we got on the Magical Express. We were trading in our last few quick service meals for snacks.
So you get pretty creative with that.
You can. It's pretty flexible, which is nice. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about Food and Wine because, at least while we were there, none of the pavilions could do this trade where you get 3 snacks for 1 quick service meal.
Yeah.
They said that they don't have that function on their cash registers yet.
Okay.
So I don't know if the Food and Wine kiosks will have that ability. If they do, fantastic. I would love that.
Awesome.
So hopefully.
All right, I'll move on. Let's see. Let's get Sarah. See if I'll give you a stumper here.
Oh, dear.
I'll pick on you. And Carrie McDaniel mentioned favorite food on a stick or most bizarre. Actually, this is not that hard. At least the food on the stick one kind of stumped me a little bit. I had to think about that one. Or most bizarre or unique Disney dish.
Well, my favorite food on a stick is and it might be kind of bizarre too, and definitely puts you into like a sugar coma. But at some of the confectionery shops, like on Main Street and definitely back in Storybook Circus, you can get the marshmallows on a stick, and the stick is actually one of the Mickey shaped straws that you can take with you. So it's kind of a two for deal. And they have one that is covered with like more sugar stuff that tastes like an Oreo. And so I discovered that on one of my recent trips this summer, and that was yummy. So that's a good food on a stick. I'm not a big corn dog kind of girl, so
They do have those, don't they have that like at Casey's Corner?
they do, they do.
Yeah,
And
that was the one thing that came to my mind.
yeah, and of course there's the, as my friend Allison would always remind me, the Mickey bar, the quintessential
Yeah.
Disney snack on a stick, I guess.
Yeah, I like the Mickey bar. And well, when you were talking about that, what is the big top over there? And I was thinking the candy apple, which they got the ears. Those are marshmallow ears, aren't they? That are covered with chocolate or whatever.
They are.
never
It's
had
fun to watch them make those.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I think Lindsay did a lot of making of those actually on her college program. I don't know, you guys got an idea there on the bizarre Disney dish or food on a stick?
There's a slight variation on the corn dog at Harambe Market in Animal Kingdom. They have a corn dog that's in sort of a curry corn batter.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a little bit unique.
Yeah, that's bizarre too. It's on a stick. You guys are combining. Exactly. You guys are very creative. Bizarre. I was thinking I put this on one of my snack lists, but the pork shank.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if that's bizarre, but I mean, how many places do you go and they have a pork shank? That's kind of a unique Disney thing, and it's fairly recent next to the turkey leg. But,
well, you know what's the first thing that came to my mind for the bizarre snack were those like the poop desserts, they have like I haven't eaten it because it's just
like moose droppings or something. What is that? I know what you're talking.
Okay, I don't know if you saw. I think they just recently started doing this this year. Maybe it was this summer, but they had all these different like poop inspired like desserts and stuff. They had like giraffe poop and stuff. And I saw pictures of it on Twitter, but I don't know. I just can't get over the visual on that. Maybe it's delicious, but I don't know. It just
we're not going to find out. That's gone already.
I
guess it wasn't a big seller.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm not thinking I would go.
What were they thinking in that category?
I don't know.
Awesome, guys. Okay, how about David Castro's question? A review of kids' meals. My comment for kids' meals is kids don't eat much, and you spend a lot of money. So maybe that's the type of thing. Where can you go? Although they have, I can think of some things that are obviously catering just to kids. But what do you guys think? My kids are all big, so I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I think they have some good options. They have some different things, and I've been known every now and then at quick service places to get a kid's meal myself. Like Heather said, we don't eat big portions normally, and I'd rather save space for that marshmallow on a stick.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
I do have a little bit of a sweet tooth, but over at Sunshine Seasons, they have some good stuff. I especially like I think they call it a pizza sandwich to appeal to the kids, but it's kind of a focaccia thing with melted cheese on it, which is really good. So I think Disney does a good job. I mean, you can always find the pizza and the chicken nuggets and burgers and that types of things on kids' meals, but I think they do have some, here and there in places they have some standout things that are more unusual and healthier options for them.
Yeah, Disney went through a big push on the healthy kids meals. I don't know the year off the top of my head, but it's been several years ago, where it used to be the standard, pretty much every sit-down restaurant you went to, it was the same kids menu, chicken nuggets,
right.
Mickey macaroni and cheese. It was the same thing.
Right.
And then they sort of, I don't know, they had a movement or something where they really went through and added, grilled fish, grilled chicken, vegetables, salad, fruit. And now they have a lot of healthy kids meals, healthy ones you couldn't get 10 years ago when my kids were little.
Yeah.
I was just giving them the nuggets. But huge push for all the healthy kids meal options, which is great.
So, Erica, you're making me think of an episode that Heather and I did when Heather was talking about, was it Kale that has the allergies?
Yeah, he does. He has celiac disease. So we went to the Food Allergy and Celiac Convention last November in Disney World.
Yeah, so you've talked and reviewed and researched quite a bit on, special dietary needs that
Yes.
Disney does a great job at.
Oh, they're the industry leader. I mean, there's no comparison. We sort of travel a lot. And we've been to a lot of different places in the past year that Cal, since he's been diagnosed with celiac disease, and I can go to Disney World or I can take him on a Disney cruise and feel 100% safe that he will get food that's safe for him and that won't make him have an adverse reaction. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, the attention to detail, on everything, but in particularly food is quite awesome.
It is.
And it's the place to be if you're a chef. All right, Claudia Castro mentions or asks, quick and delicious meals to eat on the go for those times when you're running from fast pass to fast pass or trying to beat the crowds. And I never do that.
That actually happened to us.
Yeah.
At Animal Kingdom, we had like 5 minutes before our fast pass window closed on Expedition Everest. So we grabbed those corn dogs
and got on Expedition
and ran into Expedition Everest with the corn dogs on a stick.
Well, that's a great thing to do. Go backwards on Expedition Everest with a full belly, right?
Hey, it worked out just fine.
That's one ride I think I'm going to start to avoid. The last time I was on that, boy, I was really green when I got off, and I had to sit down for quite a while. It's that backward motion that gets me all the time. But, you guys have any other ideas on quick meal? I like all the quick service. I don't know how quick
it makes me think, Kurt, of you talking about your waffle sandwiches.
Yeah, that's a hidden little place and a gem in my mind. I've often think of that sweet and spicy chicken sandwich, waffle sandwich there. That is pretty quick. I don't really ever hit a line there that I can think of. Have you guys? You know what I'm talking about in Magic Kingdom?
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be overly busy for the most part, and
I don't think people know what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize they have
sandwiches
food there. Yeah,
because it looks like a dessert place.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a great little place. I mean, for quick, we like to go early. A lot of times we don't eat a full breakfast, and we're hitting lunch pretty early. So it's going to be quicker if you're not waiting in line.
Yeah.
There's a good place. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
I was going to say there's a good place in Epcot that we had heard about and kind of discovered on our own when we went earlier in the summer. The little grilled cheese place that's outside of Test Track, and it's one of those places that I don't think a whole lot of people know about because we went right at peak lunchtime. We were the only people there. It was just a couple of seconds before they turned out the sandwiches for us. And, of course, sandwiches are always easy to eat kind of while you're walking if you have to.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Is that like in...
It's a little cart kiosk kind of thing. It's the exit to Test Track where they have that car wash kind of misting station where you can get cooled off. It's right in that
There's
area.
Some food in there? Oh, I didn't even know that. I just walked by there recently.
Yeah, they have some special kind of grilled cheeses. The one I had, I think, had apples on it, and so it's very good.
All right. Any other ideas there?
I'm thinking about those. I haven't eaten them personally, but they're like those horn kind of things that they put all the food down inside. It's like a cone. I know they have one at the studios. Oh gosh, I can't think of what it's called, but they're like
a gyro?
They're like cones, like ice cream cones, but they have food in them, and you can get like chicken and stuff, and so you can carry it in your hand and eat it. And I know there's another one. There's one in the studios and there's one somewhere else.
Yeah.
See, this is why I needed to prepare. I know answers and I can't give the right information.
That's my fault, but I can't picture what you're talking about actually. So
yeah, it's like a cone. It's like It's like a cone
Yeah.
sandwich. I don't know.
Well,
They
actually,
started in Disneyland, didn't they? With the cozy cones in Disneyland, isn't that where it started?
Yes, yes, that is right.
good stuff. I
Yeah.
I mean, I think of the turkey leg and if you don't hit a long line for that, or the pork shank, that's a quick. Those are pretty filling.
Well, I'll tell you another thing that is good is in the food courts at the values and the moderates, you
Yeah.
can get all kinds of food to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are
I
good.
like those little sushi boxes they have that you can just grab and
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Absolutely. All right, let's see. Bill Carmichael, a good, fun listener of the show. How many TS restaurants, table service restaurants, have you eaten at?
Oh my god.
That is a tough question to answer exactly. I know everyone here could probably say many. Which ones are on your to-do list? Do you plan on eating at every one? Yeah, this is a big debate in my house every time we're planning. This time, as we're planning our March trip, we are I don't know. I came up with this idea. There's just myself, Lindsay, and Mama going, and we talked about we're going to be there. I think it's 6 nights we're doing, and then we said, okay, each one of us pick 2 restaurants to go to, and so we're going down that list, and I'll talk about it in another episode or end up finally doing. But yeah, that was kind of a little strategy that we're doing. I really like to always try something new. You guys that are coming on the podcast, you're always telling me something new to try. I haven't eaten at them all. There's always something. We just talked about the boathouse that just opened up. And you guys obviously have heard of the new one in Magic Kingdom that's opening up.
Skipper's Canteen.
Yeah, Skipper's Canteen. That's really exciting. I want to do that on our next trip in March. That's opening up by the end of the year. Which ones are on your to-do list? Do you guys kind of try different ones, or do you go back to certain ones?
I really force myself to try everything.
Yeah. You like to...
Even the ones I'm skeptical about, I like to try everything.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to have a bad experience.
Yeah, there's a few that I probably wouldn't go back to. But
Okay.
they're not many.
Yeah.
Most of them, you can always find something good. I mean, you can't go wrong really at most of them.
Yeah, so let's see. Do you plan on eating at every one? Yes, that's a goal of mine.
That's a good goal. That's a very good goal.
Do you plan on eating at every one? Yes, of course I plan that. Whether I'll be able to make that plan come true or not, we'll see. But yeah, Heather, what's your kind of take on table service restaurants?
I love them. I don't like to do a lot of them within one trip because I don't want to spend that much time sitting around as opposed to enjoying all of the attractions and shows and everything. But I'm really drawn to my favorites. Chef Mickey's was a tradition of ours when our boys were little. Now they're getting older, so we're trying to branch out and do some other table service restaurants. And I don't know, there are so many that I really want to try. Flying Fish is one of the ones that's really high on my list. Victoria and Albert's, of course, would be lovely. That's on my list. But there are so many. There are too many to name that I have not yet experienced but would love to. That's
what's so great about it. You can really take your time and experience them eventually. There's always something new. I always like to talk about that in my trip reports. Really appreciating the new things that I've tried, even though I've been there 20 times.
Right.
And I can always still do that. And they're always building new stuff. So that's awesome. All right. Well, this is a question from Heather Brainerd.
What did she have to say?
Let's see if we can answer her question. She's a good friend of the show, and she asked, best food bargain on property. Now, when I read that, I said, bargain at Disney, and I just really get stuck there.
I think that was why I asked the question back when you were soliciting ideas.
Yeah.
I was really trying to come up with my own answer to that, and I stumped myself, so I thought I'd put it out there to your community.
What do you guys think? I don't know. I think the fast food, or what do you call them? Quick services. You get a lot. I don't know, I want to call them a bargain, but I think they're decently priced for a. I mean, if you go into the city
for a theme
somewhere
park price.
for a theme park, I mean, you go into the city or the airport or something, they get you pretty good too. So,
Yeah.
I think more than there are bargains, I think there are just little things you can do. Like, I'll tell people if there's a restaurant you really want to experience, go for breakfast instead of dinner, or if it's a more of if it's not a buffet and it's an a la carte, share meals, split appetizers, things like that, more than necessarily one restaurant that has cheaper prices.
Actually, when you said that, Erica, I was thinking, what do you guys think? I'm trying to remember. I've been there one time, but in the Grand Floridian, is it the Grand Floridian Cafe? What's that restaurant in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, right? I thought the prices were pretty good in there for, that fancy hotel experience. They weren't too bad for a dinner or lunch there.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good tip. I'll have to try it out.
Yeah, we really like that. And I think, that is probably a restaurant that people bypass, and it's quite easy if you're in the Resort Loop area to try.
Yeah, that's always my fail-safe plan.
Yeah, if you don't, maybe
If I'm I'm getting ready to go next month on a very last-minute scheduled trip, and I have no ADRs, and
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try to get any because my trip's in 30 days.
yeah,
So places like that are my go-to,
exactly.
Yeah. I think the two particular things that I would say are bargains. I always praise the virtues of the ham and cheese croissant over at the bakery in France, and I won't try to say all of the French words, but
Yeah, you and me both. I'm not good at that either.
yeah, it's a snack credit, and so you can get a nice size, very good sandwich for a snack credit. If you're paying cash, it's not that much. And then I think another bargain, not directly food, but if you're eligible for it, if you can purchase the Tables in Wonderland card
Yep.
for DVC members or annual pass holders, Florida residents, I think you can very easily get your money back plus a big savings with that.
Yes, we've taken advantage of that. I have that still until June of next year, so I'll be using that again.
Yeah, I use Tables in Wonderland, and basically it covers the tip.
Right.
I mean, it's nice. I wouldn't say huge savings. Like if you're going to a fancy table service restaurant and it's a $200 meal, and you plop down Tables in Wonderland, and you get your percentage off or whatever, but then by the time they put the tip, I mean, it's basically like a free tip.
That's right.
Is really all it adds up to be.
Yeah, 20% off.
But it's still nice.
Yep.
It's still nice.
Counts drinks too. You can use.
Yeah.
What was I? Actually, I had something on the tip of my tongue, and now I have forgotten it. Okay, best food bargain on property. Well, actually, what I was going to say is, if you eat like me, the buffets are a bargain.
Oh, that's a good point.
Although they're not cheap.
No, but you can get a lot of good food at those buffets.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a trick I used to do when my youngest son was little and he was so picky, he wouldn't eat anything. We would stay at Pop Century, and I would buy the 2 slices of white bread and go over to the little condiment station and get the little peanut butter and jelly packets and put on it. And I think it was $1.
There you go.
But it was worth it for him because that's all he would eat.
Right.
Yeah, well, and Erica, remember last time you were talking about all of the crab legs your kids ate over at
Oh
the...
my God. Well, yeah.
Cape
My
Cod.
kids now, it's
Cape-
like trying to feed truck drivers. I mean, they just eat ungodly amounts of food. It's ridiculous. And they eat every 2 hours.
Yes, we love buffets. And yes, I try to eat well while I'm there. All right. The last question kind of leads right into another big topic we wanted to cover, which is the treats. And this comes from a good friend of mine, Annie McGovern, who I work with. And she said, I've heard about and have had the delicious Dole Whip, but I want to know about other delicious desserts that are special and unique, and of course, taste awesome. Boy, that's a lot of adjectives to try to cover. So how are we going to tackle this, guys? I wrote up a list of my favorite. I don't want to say I'm a big snack guy or like cake or cupcake kind of person, but there are some things that I particularly care. I am a junk food junkie, though. I will say that. Like all the chips and that kind of stuff, popcorn is kind of my nemesis. So how are we going to tackle this, guys? You want to go down a list of your favorite snacks?
Sure.
Let's see. We'll go in the order we introduced you guys. So, Heather, did you have a chance to list out some of your favorite delicious treats and snacks in Disney World?
Well, this is easy because I have a ridiculous sweet tooth. So the only
Is this a ladies thing? Maybe I picked the right people for this.
Yeah, the only difficult part is limiting myself to just a few. But my sort of classic go-to Disney treat is the Mickey ice cream sandwich. I love the ice cream sandwich.
Oh, is that it's like the Oreo cookie kind of sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. The one you get with, it's in a wrapper kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Lately, I've really been loving the marshmallow wands that were previously discussed. And also the macaroons that they have at the confectionery and in the France Pavilion.
Yes.
So yeah, those are a few of my favorites. And if we're expanding it to desserts and not just sweet snacks,
go for it.
I have to say, I have to give a little shout out to the California Grill. Their desserts were amazing. And my son, who does have celiac disease, was having such a hard time picking one dessert because he's not used to going to restaurants that have desserts that he can eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of them have flour in them, and he can't eat that. So he was really torn. So they brought him one of each. Oh. It was amazing. It was, free of charge. They brought him one of each. So it was absolutely amazing. And they were delicious. Unbelievably good.
Awesome. I believe you have more, but okay, we'll let, who's going next? Sarah?
I will go next. My number one very favorite sweet treat is the carrot cake cookie that you can find at Hollywood Studios. I hope that does not disappear with all the other stuff that's disappearing there because I love it.
Where is that? That's in the little book.
Writer's Stop is the main place, but I think you can also sometimes find them at Starring Rolls.
Yeah, okay.
I also love the not the Mickey ice cream sandwich, but like the ice cream sandwich that they make for you, the cookie sandwich that they make for you in the ice cream parlor on Main Street. I think they sometimes do it at Sleepy Hollow too, but with the 2 cookies and then they put the ice cream in there.
It's on my Sarah. It's on my list too, and I'm almost afraid to have that thing because that thing it's so huge.
Yeah.
Talk about a sugar rush. I mean,
it is.
And I haven't had one in a long time. Because I eat so much when I'm in the parks. I don't think I ever have the enough room to fit that thing in. Because the cookies they're
huge.
Yeah, and then they're big chocolate chips, like the huge chocolate chips, and chewy, and just the ice cream is you can barely get your mouth around it and your hands around it. It's so big. But it was funny because when we were on vacation in Wildwood, New Jersey, there's this truck. We call it the Monster. It is called the Monster Truck. It's this big green, obnoxious looking thing, but it makes a lot of noise. They actually had a really good one. So not quite as big as the cookie, but the ice cream was tall and big. So it made me think of that. So yeah, I got to give some love to that one. That is a good one.
That is a good one. Along those same lines, I also like, and I guess maybe this is one of the unusual things, but in France where they have the ice cream and they kind of press it in a brioche roll. Mm-hmm. So it's ice cream inside of bread, but it's good. It works. So that's a good thing. And then my other one that I'll give a shout out to is not something to eat, but to drink the LeFou's brew at Gaston's Tavern. Yummy.
Ah, yes. Well, slushies. I've always had, again, sweets. That's one of those things. Ever since I was a kid, I've not outgrown. They've got some great slushies down in Disney World. My favorite is the raspberry lemonade. That's over in Adventureland. And that particular, it's a nice size they give you too. And it's mixed just perfectly so that you don't suck all the juice out if you use a straw. But I gave a tutorial on how to drink that properly in one of these live trivia boards. You got to slush them around and sip on them. Or was that your whole list?
Well, there's more, but that's my, I guess, my top five maybe.
All right. Okay. We'll eke these out a little bit. So where are we going there, Erica?
Yes.
You got 15 minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to be brief, but I have an obsession, borderline needing medical attention, therapy, intervention.
Wow.
I don't know. With Disney World cupcakes, I am obsessed with them. I want to know where they all are and where I can get them. It's like a pilgrimage.
You got them mapped?
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
Well,
and
yeah.
so anytime I get ready to send anybody to Disney, I'm like, okay, here are like the 10 cupcakes you have to eat. And they just look at me like, yeah, lady, I am not eating 10 cupcakes.
Here's where they are, how to get to them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, here's
I'm
a map.
obsessed. So just trying to name a few of my very most favorite. I'll start with Animal Kingdom because they have a selection of cupcakes that are absolutely out of this world. The zebra cupcake, there's an elephant, there's a cotton top tamarind. They're like, if you've ever seen them, they actually have like the animals sticking out of the top in like hard white chocolate.
Where do they have these? I'm not thinking where.
Okay, well, I usually get
Kingdom.
mine over by the safari.
Okay.
That you
Africa
can
area?
actually just walk right up there, kind of over by Tusker House.
Yep.
And you can get them right there, and they'll put them in a cute little box for you, so you can nibble on it and carry it with you and take it around. So those are all phenomenal. They're all definitely 100% worth trying.
So warning, I gotta like beeline it over there faster than you, so I don't get trampled. Sounds like.
That's right. Don't get between me and my cupcakes. And okay, so I love those. Probably one of my most favorite is at the Contemporary. They have a cool mint cupcake that's it just transports you into another world.
I do like those for breakfast. Like
my gosh!
Obviously, I've stayed at the Bay Lake Tower.
Buttercream it's like a cool mint buttercream with a chocolate cake. It's so good. And Starring Rolls. If you go to Starring Rolls, get all the cupcakes.
That's got a long line. That place has got a long line list. Last time I was there.
Like the
That's
red
a very
velvet
popular
cupcake,
place. Yeah.
The Butterfinger cupcake. There's a peanut butter fudge. I'm just telling you.
So do you kind of lose your mind when you're in line for that place? Because that particular one kind of wraps around. You got to look at everything before you get to the pay.
Know. I already know what I want.
But there's all these people in your way, though. You know, you just got to wait for them. You're anticipating.
I think people don't understand how the traffic flows in there. You actually can walk in and go straight to the cashier and just order your cupcake from her. You don't have to get a tray and go and make the loop around.
Come on, people, take and move.
Yeah, just get your cupcake and get going. And then at Starbucks, they have a really good coffee, like mocha flavored cupcake. It's so good. So yeah, I'll stop talking about cupcakes now because it's just eat some cupcakes at Disney. You'll be happy.
They're very creative, and they keep getting. You know, that's been kind of a craze in the real world too.
Yeah, for sure.
So any others, or you want me to go for some and you guys can throw some more in? We got plenty of time here. Let me throw mine out there, a couple. My favorites, I just list a bunch off here in no particular order. I'm a big nachos fan. That's like snacks, right? I mean, in Mexico, I love those nachos, just full of stuff. And I was mentioning in the live broadcast, you can't find a place to get your fingers on it so you don't get stuff all over your hands. But I love all that. The pork nachos over at the Polynesian, I just recently was turned on to. Those are fantastic. Great little sauce there. I mentioned my slushies. The homemade potato chips. Now, that's been kind of a craze going on all over the place, but I particularly like the ones down at Disney World. I always eat everybody's off their plates whenever we go into, like over at the Columbia Harbor House, nobody's eating their chips, and Mama's always giving me hers. I love the cheese plates. And Erica, I don't know, do you have a favorite place where they serve like the cheese and meat plates? I know I keep running into, they're doing such a great job with those things. And I love that with some drinks. The No Way Jose ice cream I had to pick. I love ice cream, but the one I wanted to pick is over the Peaches and Cream. That's smothered with fudge and peanut butter and vanilla ice cream. I love that. I like the bakery stuff, and the Kremla Bakery is probably one of my favorite places for school bread, or that fresh berry cream puff. Like that. I also like the French bakery. There's a lot of good stuff in there. How about pretzels with cheese inside of them? You guys like those?
Yeah. Okay.
That's just sort of a
They're
yeah.
not winning me over the cupcake, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'd heard great things about the cream cheese pretzel.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet.
I tried one a few months ago, and I was underwhelmed. It didn't live up to my expectations.
Yep, and there's a jalapeno cheese one, and there's not really a strong jalapeno to it. It's more like a Kraft cheese kind of taste. I like putting mustard on my pretzels. Don't necessarily need the cheese, but it's kind of an interesting thing. Well, Erica, if yours is cupcakes, my intervention would be cinnamon buns.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, I stay away from generally, or like glazed donuts, that kind of thing is something I could eat a million of, but I usually indulge in those. And of course, the most famous one is over at Garçons. That's a
Gaston.
big Gaston's, yeah. Big fluffy one. I think there's a lot of air in that one. It's more famous and big and looks big, but I like any of the cinnamon buns in any of those bakeries. How about the cronut?
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
That is really good.
I learned about that through podcasting. Actually, I'd never really tried it, and the reason I never tried it before, I think the only place I know about that has it is in World Showcase, but you have to go to the right at 11 o'clock in the morning. Of course, you know me, I always go to the left towards the margaritas. So it's really a difficult choice for me. And I really have to like make it a priority to make a quick right, get my cronut, and then boogie on over to the left towards Mexico in order to do that. And or the other reason, we were going to lunch over in France and had a reservation, so I had to go past that to get to the French pavilion. Mentioned the pork shank, and you know what I want to mention to you guys? I don't know if you guys ever did this, but we're talking about desserts. What about the dessert parties they have at Walt Disney World? Have you done any of those?
I have done a couple of them, but those desserts are not. I don't know. Those are they're too much like the club level desserts for me. I don't know. Yeah. They're okay.
Yeah, right. They just have a bunch of little tiny ones.
Yeah.
I did the one, Lindsay and I and Mama did the one for the fireworks for Wishes. They have it kind of off to the right-hand side, I guess, there. There's a restaurant kind of there. And that's what it was, Erica. It was those little tiny, and there was no champagne or wine or anything. But Lindsay and I did one when she was down there for the college program, and I was getting ready to drive her home. We were in Epcot, and we did one, and it was located, that weird building that nobody knows what they use it for.
The Odyssey, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's kind of in between Mexico and Test Track.
Yep.
And they had a dessert party in there, and it wasn't just those little, they had creme brulee, they had make your own ice cream, they had, I'm trying to remember all the stuff, carrot cakes, but they had sparkling wine and beer and stuff. So that was pretty good. That was better. I forget what we paid for that, but it included a premiere seating or watching of Illuminations that night. That was a pretty good deal. It's going
to be really interesting to see what this new Wishes dessert on the ferry boat is going to be like.
Oh, yeah, I saw that just announced.
Yeah. I don't know if they're just going to have those same little small pickups or if they're going to do something more elaborate. I don't know.
They're always doing something that's, spend a few more.
There was a Hallow Wishes dessert party that started tonight.
Oh. Okay, so that's not part of the Halloween party.
Well, you had to have a ticket to the Halloween party to get in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was during the same time?
Yeah, it was during the party, during Hallow Wishes tonight. They were having a dessert party, but I don't know what kind of desserts they were having. I would guess they were having Halloween desserts, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out after tonight. And everybody
They were themed for Halloween because one of the articles that I think the Disney Parks blog had showed some pictures of previews of what they would have. So they may have some of those same general little or generic little pickups, but some of them had ghosts on them, and so there was a little bit of theming there at least for the Hallowishes.
I'm not a big fan of the dessert parties. I kind of feel like it's a waste of money. I don't know. They don't really do anything for me.
Yeah, I know. I always want to try something different. The one I did really like the most was probably the Harambe Nights. I'm trying to think of. They had more like hors d'oeuvres though.
Well, but with Harambe Nights, I felt like I got my money's worth because of the show, and the show in itself was incredible.
Yeah,
even
right.
Without the dinner, so.
Right, which they didn't do that this year. This was 2 years ago they did that.
Right. Yeah.
All right, you guys. Any other snack ideas?
Oh, I have one more.
Yeah, please. Here's your time for the bonus material.
Surprisingly, we're getting away from sweets, but I absolutely love the Scotch egg in the Rose and Crown pub in the UK pavilion. It's delicious.
What is that? That's like at the bar, or at dinner time?
It's kind of like a soft boiled egg wrapped in sausage and deep fried. It's amazing.
Wow, that does sound good. Scotch egg.
A Scotch egg, yes.
Man, I love breakfast. I love like eggs and sausage for breakfast. I could do that all day long.
Oh, but, yeah, you could eat it any time of day. It's amazing.
So it's an egg wrapped in sausage.
And deep fried.
And deep fried.
Yeah.
I'm trying to...
I know. Yeah, look it up. Look at some pictures online. It's just incredible.
This is why I love doing the podcast. I always get this little thing. Like, so when I go down there next time, I always like... Actually, Erica, you said something to me that I never got a chance to do. It was like the German challenge or something. I never got. Don't tell me what it is. So I still haven't done that. But there's always something I learned that I want to go down there and try. That's a good one, Heather. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had that Scotch egg, Heather, when we went to Rose and Crown for that Epcot after hours thing. And I thought it was really good, but where I really liked it even better was I had it over at Universal at the Leaky Cauldron, and it was even better over there. Shh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where is that place? Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I know. I'm a traitor. Regular.
She's a world traveler. Wow, that's that was fun. Those after hour things. That's cool. They had that because it was usually like cheeses and meats and stuff. I don't know. Do you guys like just maybe a little bit off track, but I've eaten there. People rave about the UK Pavilion dinner there.
Oh, at Rose and Crown?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bland that was a long time ago.
Just get fish and chips. I do like that Bubble and Squeak though. They talked us into trying it. It's really good.
Bubble and Squeak?
Yeah, it's like a potato and leeks thing cooked in like a little iron skillet. I don't know. It's good.
That sounds good. Yeah.
It was good.
All right. Did we cover this good enough, gals?
I think so.
I think we scratched the surface pretty.
You only talked about cupcakes, Erica.
I know. Don't even get me started. I'll keep you up all night.
All right. You guys have anything you want to tell the audience about yourself? We talked about your podcast, Heather.
Yes. Yeah, you can
you?
Find us on the DisneyDuoPodcast.com.
Perfect. And Sarah, what are you up to?
I am up to planning people's dream vacations. And you can find me on Facebook. It's Sarah LBAC on Facebook. And I'm also on Instagram and Pinterest. So come find me. Check out what I've been up to.
Erica.
Yeah, probably the best place to go to start out is ericamurphytravel.com because I do have links to my stuff, but that website's actually getting ready to go away. So probably by the next time we do a roundtable, I'll have my updated information for you for my new job. And right now I just posted a new blog article. Actually, I did two new blog articles about my stay at the beach club and at the Grand Floridian, and I have tons of pictures.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, if you go to ericamurphytravel.com and then click where it says my Disney blog, you can go and read about my recent stays at those 2 resorts.
Ooh, I like that. Maybe we'll talk about that next time we get together.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I was reading an article. I cruise, obviously, the internet and stuff. And this guy, I'm trying to remember which, it was kind of a famous site, but I can't think of it right now. But he was complaining about how now when you go to Disney World, how you have to be such an expert and you can't just go on a whim. And he was, one of these kind of, he was ragging on it. But hey, the thing is, if you don't know anything about Disney World, just get one of these travel gals on the line. They will straighten you out and they'll get you, get it all set up for you. You don't have to do the work yourself if you don't want to do it yourself. It's a great deal. They don't charge anything, right? You just get paid from Disney anyway, right? So, all right. Yes, we'll wrap it up here. This is a show about the community of Disney World enthusiasts like these girls and myself and Lindsay. And you too can join this community and be a guest on the show. We'd love to have you. I've just started getting back to interviewing people. I got some ideas coming up to reach out to some folks, do trip reports. And our good friend, Jen Glambus was going down there. She's been on the Roundtable. She's going down. She's getting ready to go right now. She's just told me she wants to do a trip report when she gets back. I love doing these top 5 topics. That was kind of a top 800 desserts, but those are, it's a good way to structure a chat around our favorites. And you can find me on the Twitter at Geekin on WDW or email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. And we love those 5-star iTunes reviews. We've been getting quite a few. Lindsay just asked me tonight, we got any lately? And I didn't see one in the last week or two. So we love to see that, right, Heather?
Absolutely.
We like to know.
Day.
We love reading those. It keeps us going. It's a lonely world podcasting. We like to know someone's listening to us.
Yeah.
And they enjoy the show. And that keeps us up there on the rankings in iTunes, which is probably the most popular place for people to look for podcasts. All right, guys, thanks for being with me tonight and going Geekin on WDW. Have a good night and enjoy your Walt Disney documentary if you're watching that. See ya. I gotta get my recorder all set. I think I'm ready. You guys ready?
Ready.
Awesome. Let's see here. Okay, an intro. Yeah. Let's see. Episode 86.
Wow.
Unbelievable, huh?